already see it from the video title, but I'm going to Boston College. Woo! Yes, I painted this by myself. Look at all our SpongeBob paint brushes. And my sister and I are painting the tables of our colleges. She's restarted like 3 times, so she's still on that. But I'm almost done. It's kind of crusty on some parts, but not gonna lie, it's pretty good if I say so myself. You know how some people have like friends and family decorate their whole bedroom and lay down a bunch of merch on their bed to celebrate? I don't know how to explain it, but this, yeah, couldn't do that because that's expensive. And like one hoodie, $50–$60. So that's like $300 right there on the bed. Can't do that. So this is the form of celebration. Paint on a table. Highly recommend. Anyways, you're probably here to find out more about my high school stats and how I got into BC. So here's the rest of the video. Okay, I was gonna film this inside, but every time I start filming, I can't. So I'm gonna film out here, and if there's sound, so sorry. Please take my information with a grain of salt because there's no such thing as like a perfect applicant. So I'm just trying to give you guys an example of how I personally got into BC, but please don't compare too much. So I applied to BC as a biology major, and I applied regular decision, but I also applied I think like a month earlier for the BC scholarship where you get a full ride, but I knew that only like 15 people get it, so I didn't really have anything in mind. Not surprisingly, didn't get the scholarship, but that's totally fine. Okay, so in terms of my stats, our school's on a 4.0 scale, but our GPA is weighted, so technically it's out of 4.33, and out of that, I believe my cumulative score was 4.1. For classes, I could talk about the honors and AP classes I took. So from 9th grade, I took honors geometry, and our school doesn't provide any APs for freshmen year. For 10th grade, I took honors algebra 2/trig, chemistry, and Spanish 3, and the AP that I took was AP World History, and I got a 4 on that. 11th grade, I took pre-calc. I took pre-calc/AV calc. What? I took pre-calc/AV calc honors, and in terms of APs, I took AP Lit, AP Push, AP Chem, and AP Spanish Language. AP Lit, I got a 4, and the rest of them I got 5s. And for 12th grade, I took physics honors and AP Bio, AP Calc, and AP Art, and I'm still waiting on those scores. I don't think test scores play such a big part in your application, but I'm pretty sure it definitely helps. I took the ACTs twice. The first time I got a 34, the second time I got a 35, and I took subject tests, bio, and math 2, and for both of them I got a 740. So for extracurriculars, you're able to list out 10 activities and give a small description for each of them. So my 10, I was a part of this program called Co-Art, where you go on a trip during the summer to Korea. You learn traditional drums, and we perform them in hospitals, elderly homes, and in festivals. And we also got a first prize for the Traditional Art Society of Korea. I attended a coding camp called Code. I attended a coding camp called I attended a coding camp called Code with Clap. What? I attended a coding camp called Code with, oh my gosh. I attended a coding camp called Code with Clossy during the summer, where we learned how to code Swift, which is an iOS coding platform, and we pitched and coded an app to improve a user's mental health and physical health. I founded and I was the president for a club at my school called Acoustic, where we would have jam sessions and perform for our school and carol during the holidays. I was an intern at my local city council's office. I was my church's youth and praise worship leader, so I was a vocalist and a guitarist. My school does something called peer support for 9th graders, where a bunch of 12th graders help the newcomers transition into the school, so I was a leader for that. I was an educational volunteer for the American Museum of Natural History, where I took classes and I'd help children and visitors. I was a second flute for my local orchestra, and I also listed in the description the amount of concerts and virtual concerts that we had. I was on my school's varsity badminton team, and I put that I was a captain senior year, captain. And lastly, I was an intern for this dental office, where I shadowed professionals and also helped organize supplies. So that's it for my activities. A tip that I would give is search up good action words, so you're not using the same verbs in each of your activity descriptions. So make sure to have a variety, and you could also search up how to write good resumes, because it's pretty much what the section is. And my essays. So for my personal statement, I thought this was pretty creative, but I wrote about, what did I write about? Okay, I wrote about my nightly skincare routine and how I struggled with acne, but I was able to find certain ingredients and do a lot of research on my own by watching YouTube videos and reading a lot of blogs, and being able to connect what I learned in my science class at school to the ingredients that I have at home, and finding a perfect line of products that would clear up my skin and my journey with that. And then I connected that to being consistent and having consistency when I'm having
trouble with life,
stuff like that. Okay, for the BC specific supplemental essay, they gave 4 options, and I chose, I believe it was number 2. So the prompt is, when you choose a college, you will join a new community of people who have different backgrounds, experiences, and stories. What is it about your background, your experiences, or your story that will enrich Boston College's community? And it's 400 words maximum. I didn't want to talk about race or gender, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people choose to talk about that. I try to pick a creative topic, and what I wrote was about my experience as a commuter to school and how I take the train every day, and notice that a lot of people have this hustler mentality where you only go to where your destination is. And I wrote how once I get to BC, I'm gonna try to get out of this hustler mentality and this commuter cycle and be more of a tourist and really take everything in. But I put into my essay a bunch of clubs and classes that I'd like to take. So I really encourage you to do your research on each school, whichever supplement you're writing for, so you could show them that you really have an interest in the school and you really took the time on their website and on other platforms to search more about them. So that's the end of my video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, you can ask them, and I hope this video helped. Best of luck.